Hey everyone, here I am with another Taekook concert. Hope you will enjoy it. This is going to be an office romance, so please comment me down if you will love it. Also, before start reading it, there is going to be self harm and some other trigger stuff. So please avoid it. But this is not going to be so much, so you can read it. Okay. In the heart of Seoul's towering skyline, the glass walls of Jeon Corporation glittered like ice under the morning sun. Inside, everything moved with quiet efficiency. Employees bowed politely, heels clicked against the polished floors, and papers shuffled with practiced rhythm. Among them came Taehyung sat at the corner desk. Outside the CA's office, his long sleeves buttoned neatly at his wrist. Even in summer's heat, he wore them white beige navy, always hiding, always protecting. His presence was quite almost invisible, but his work was flawless. Behind the door, Jungkook, the youngest and coldest CEO the company had ever known, ruled with sharp eyes and sharper words. People feared him, admired him, envied him. Yet Taehyung, with his soft voice and shy brows, had managed to stand close. His secretary, his shadow, his silent supporter, and someone hated that Sojin. Taehyung's co-worker, his so-called friend, often wrapped an arm around him, leaned his hem jackets, slipped extra files on his desk to others. She looked kind, but inside her smile. Morning in the office, Sojin, hey, you forget your lunch again? Hey girl, you are too careless. Here, take this sandwich. You will faint if you keep skipping meals. Taehyung soft smile. Thank you, Sojin. I will eat it later. His voice was gentle, but his eyes stayed on the screen, careful not to draw attention. He trusted her, or maybe he just didn't know how not to. So Jane leaned closer, lowering her voice. So Jane, you are always so quiet. It's a good thing you have me around, right? Jungkook name must really depend on you. Taehyung started shaking his head. No, I just do my job. His fingers tightened on the keyboard, sleeves bruising against the desk. If she looked close, she would see the faint lines underneath, but she didn't look out of care. Only curiosity, only calculation. From behind the door, Jungkook's voice echoed. Jungkook stoned, came down inside. The entire office stiffened. Everyone knew when the CEO called. Silence followed. Taehyung rose, bowing silently to Sojin before disappearing into the lion's den. Jungkook's office, the air inside was colder, quieter, filled with the weight of unspoken expectation. Jungkook didn't look up as Taehyung entered, his pen stretching against documents. Jungkook scheduled my meeting with the Tokyo branch earlier. I don't want delays. Taehyung softly, yes sir. Jungkook finally glancing up, and the presentation files. Taehyung holding them out carefully. Sigh, here sir. Completed last night. Jungkook's dark eyes lingered on him just for a second longer than necessary. Taehyung lowered his gaze, heart thudding. Jungkook cut that one word from that one man felt like sunlight breaking through Taehyung's storm. He bowed, retreating quietly. Neither noticed Sojin's sharp gaze peeking through the glass, watching burning. Lunch break, Sojin. Hey, did Jungkook name is called you again? Taehyung soft glance. No, he was kind today, Sojin raising a brow, smirking kind. He is never kind. You must be special. Taehyung shaking his head quickly. Please don't say that. People will misunderstand, but Sojin only smiled, eyes glistening with something unkind. She leaned in, brushing invisible dust from his sleeve. Sojin, why do you always wear this? They hiding something? The words stabbed him, but he forced a smile. Saying, I am sensitive to sunlight. Sojin, if you say so. She didn't believe him. She never did, but she filled it away like a weapon waiting to be used. Manager, everyone clear your schedules. CEO John is hosting a grand celebration for the deal with the American investors. Formal dress required. The office buzzed with excitement, champagne, luxury lights, but the hung system is twisted in knots. Crowds meant eyes, eyes means danger. That evening, Sujin approached with a smile. Too sweet, Sujin. You will come, right? You can't miss it. Here, wear this blazer. It will look good. It will look perfect on you. It was long sleeve, dark navy, tailored safe. Taehyung hesitated, then accepted with a grateful bow. Taehyung, thank you, Sojin. I will wear it. Her smile deepened. The party, the ballroom glittered with golden candles, light, laughter echoing like crystals. Jungkook stood at the center, black suit, eyes cold and commanding. People toasted him, praised him, envied him. Taehyung stayed near the corner, clenching his glass of juice, blending into shadows. His pleasure felt heavy but safe. Sojin slipped beside him, swirling her wine. Sojin, you look handsome tonight, eh? Hiding well. Aren't you? The nervous laugh. What do you mean? Sojin leaning closer, whispering, your sleeves. You always had something under there. Maybe tonight everyone should see that really his heart froze. Damn, Sojin, don't. Sojin is mocking, feigning innocence. Don't what? I'm just joking. But her eyes told a different story. Hungry, she waited glass after glass of wine until her laughter grew louder, sloppier. And then, in the middle of the dance floor, surrounded by glittering eyes, she reached out, Sojin drunken giggle. Let's see what you are hiding there. Her fingers yanked his sleeve upward. The fabric gave way, revealing pale skin carved with scars. Silent cries written in lines, the music fluttered, conversation stilled, the room turned to ice, whispers rippled like fire. Is that he hurts himself? How shameful! Taehyung stood frozen, trembling, face drained of color, his world title, eyes stabbing into him like knives. His chest heaved, but no sound came out. And then, across from the room, Jungkook's gaze locked onto him, cold, unreadable, pushing. The world held his breath. The ballroom stood still, frozen like glass. Whispers crawled air through the air, sharp and cruel, cutting into Than's trembling heart. His scars, his secrets laid bare under the candleless light. His breath catch, chest tightened, same sinking deep into his skin. But before the world could devour him whole, a shadow moved. Jungkook, without hesitation, without a single word, Jungkook shrugged off his own suit jacket and strode through the sea of ice. His steps were steady, commanding. He reached Taehyung and draped the jacket over his arms, hiding the scars from sight. Jungkook low, firm enough. The single word sliced through the whispers. Everyone fell silent under the authority, his gaze swept the crowd, cold, sharp, merciless. Jungkook, party is over. Leave. No one dared argue. Guests said scattered, heels clicking against marble, voices hushed with fear. In the middle of the chaos, Jungkook's hand brushed against Taehyung's trembling shoulders. Not pushing, not pulling, just there steady. Taehyung's lips parted, words stuck in his throat, his vision blurred with tears. But Jungkook didn't give him a chance to collapse. Jungkook, come with me. He held them out of he led them out of the ballroom, his presence assailed. Not once did he glance back at Sojin, who stood frozen with a bitter smile twisting on her lips. Jungkook's penthouse, the city glittering beyond the tall windows, but the penthouse was quiet, dim, warm. Jungkook guided them inside, closing the door behind them. Taehyung stood stiff near the couch, clenching his oversized jacket around himself, afraid to meet Jungkook's eyes. His heart raced, expecting scalding disgust, rejection, but Jungkook only sighed softly and walked into the kitchen. Moments later, he returned with the first aid kit and a glass of water. Jungkook calmly sit. Taehyung hesitant. Sir, I. Jungkook firm but gentle. Sit Taehyung. Taehyung obeyed, lowering himself onto the couch. His hands shook as Jungkook knelt before him, opening the gate. The CEO's fingers, usually wrapped around contracts and power, now touched it gently, carefully. He unbuttoned the scarf, rolling the sleeve just enough to reveal the cuts. His jaw tightened, but his eyes dark. Jungkook, these aren't fresh. You have been hiding them for a while. Taeyang flinched, tears stinging his eyes. He wanted to explain, to apologize, but no words formed. Jungkook deepened cotton and anticipated, dabbed, dabbing gently. Taeyang hissed at the sting. But Jungkook's hand steadied his wrist. Jungkook softly, don't move, I will be careful. The silence stretched heavy and wrinkled. Taehyung's lips trembled. Finally, the day broke. Taehyung choked out, I didn't mean to. I just, sometimes it's too much. The guilt, the loneliness, and I don't know how to stop. His voice cracked, tears spilling, shoulders trembling. He expected anger, but Jungkook's hand never left his. Jungkook quietly, almost a whisper, you don't need to explain yourself to me. The words hit harder than any scalding could. They weren't cold, they were soft, grounding. Taehyung's sobs grew louder, body crawling forward as if to hide. Jungkook didn't move away, he simply adjusted, sliding closer, wrapping his jacket tighter around Taehyung's trembling frame. Jungkook, I wouldn't let anyone hurt you again. The promise was steady, unshakable, and for the first time in years, Taehyung let himself cry into someone else's silence. The office. Next morning, while Taehyung slept, crawled in Jungkook's penthouse, Sojin strode into the office with a smug smile. Sojin to a colleague, whispering, did you hear? Everyone sighed. Poor little Taehyung's secret. He will never show his face here again. Her laughter was sweet poison. She pressed at her desk, expecting whispers, expecting Jungkook's warmth to fall on Taehyung. But what she didn't see, what no one saw, was Jungkook's quiet storm. Behind the glass of his office, he had already begun. Jungkook's office, Jungkook on his phone, voice cold, pull the records. all her activities in the past 3 months. Namjoon over the call. Sojin, you are sure? Jungkook, I want proof of everything. Every rumor she spread, every manipulation. I don't care how long it takes. His gaze shifted to the empty desk where Taehyung usually sat. For the first time, his office felt unbearable quiet. Penthouse that night, the clock ticked softly, the city lights split across the floor like silver paint. Taehyung stared on the couch, waking slowly. He blinked, disordinated, before realizing he wasn't in his small apartment. He was trapped in Jungkook's blanket, the faint accent of cologne clenching to him. For a moment, panic fluttered. But then calm. The silence wasn't heavy, the air wasn't suffocating. For the first time in years, he felt safe. Taehyung whispering to himself, why do I feel this way? His eyes landed on Jungkook standing near the balcony, phone in hand. His voice was low, steady, dangerous. Jungkook on the call. I want Sojin out of my company, and I want her to regret what she did. The words chilled the air. Taehyung froze, heart racing. Jungkook turned slightly. The city glowed outlined his sharp profile. His eyes were unreadable. His voice was lithe. The morning sun filtered through the tall glass of Xi'an Corporation employees whispered as Sojin in heels clicking with false confidence. She had dressed her best, believing she was untouchable, believing Taehyung had been destroyed, but the air was strange, too quiet, too heavy. At the center of the floor, a large screen had been wheeled out. Jungkook's assistant pressed play, recordings played clear, sharp. Sujin's voice laughing, mocking Taehyung, her messages planting rumors, calling him weak, her words sneering. Let's see what he is hiding, he will be ruined. Gaps echoed, eyes widen. Sojin's face turned pale, and then Jungkook appeared from the upper floor, black suit cutting through the silence like Jungkook called clear. Kim Sojin, you are effective immediately. Sojin streaming, sir, this is a mistake. I was only Jungkook interrupting, was like ice. You humiliated an employee in front of investors. You manipulated and spread lies. This company has no place for people like you. Security approached. Sojin's eyes trotted wildly, but Jungkook's gaze pinned her in place. Jungkook, and one more thing, he lifted his phone, sending a final message. Jungkook, low, merciless. You are blacklisted. Every corporation in Seoul will know your name, not as an employee, but as a warning. Gaps rippled again. Sojin froze, face crumbling into horror. The weight of his words crushed her. Sojin is screaming, desperate. This is unfair because of him, because of that pathetic boy. Jungkook's jaw tightened, but his tone stayed even. Jungkook, because of justice. And with that, she was dragged out, his scraping dignity shattered. Taehyung watches from the side, hidden partly by Jungkook's jacket, wrapped over his shoulder, his hands clenched, guilt twisting in his stomach. Later in Jungkook's office, he finally spoke. Taehyung softly, she is gone because of me. I didn't want this. Jungkook sitting across, gaze steady. Taehyung, look at me. Taehyung lifted his eyes, nervous, wrinkled. Jungkook, she didn't just hurt you. She humiliated you. She broke your trust. This isn't punishment, it's justice. The walls sank deep like a blame on open wounds. Taehyung's lips trembled, eyes watering. Jungkook leaned forward, voice gentler. Jungkook, don't carry guilt for someone else's cruelty. Taehyung whispering, why are you so kind to me, Jungkook? After a pause, because you deserve it. That night, under the silver glow of city lights, Jungkook brought Taehyung to a private rooftop. A table stood with soft candles, food untouched, the air humming with something unspoken. Theon sat nervously, fingers twisting together. Jungkook poured him water, his usual cold mask softened. Theon hesitated. Thank you for today, for not judging me, for protecting me when I couldn't protect myself. Jungkook's gaze lingered on him, quite heavy with something Taehyung couldn't name. Finally, Jungkook spoke. Jungkook, low. I have cared for you for a long time, Taehyung, but I never wanted to pressure you. I only wanted to see you safe. Taehyung's breath hinged, his heart raced, but this time not from fear, from warmth. Silence stretched, then slowly Theon set his glass down. With trembling hands he slipped out of Jungkook's jacket and began unbuttoning his own sleeves. Jungkook's eyes widened slightly. Theon was shaking. If you really care, then see me, all of me. He pushed the fabric back, revealing the full lines carved onto his skin. He looked away, ashamed, tears blurring his sight. But Junker didn't flinch. He rose, stepping closer until he knelt beside Taehyung again, just as he had before. Junker softly rewind. You are not broken. He lifted Taehyung's wrist gently, pressing his lips to each scar one by one, like a bow. Junker whispering against his skin, "You are mine." Taehyung's tears fell freely, but this time they weren't from shame, they were from relief. From relief, the rooftop blurred into the quiet warmth of Jungkook's penthouse once more. Candles flickered, shadows dancing across the walls. Taehyung stood before him, heart racing, fear dissolving his into courage. Taehyung whispering, voice breaking, I love you, Jungkook. The confession was sprinkled but real. Jungkook's eyes softened, finally breaking the walls he had always held. Jungkook firm, breathless, and I love you. Their lips met, soft at first, trembling, then deeper, hungrier. Years of silence breaking into fire. Jungkook's hand framed Taehyung's face, Taehyung's fingers clenching his shirt as if afraid he might disappear. Between kisses, Jungkook whispered again and again, "You are safe, you are mine, you are enough." That night stretched with tenderness and passion, each touch erasing a little of the heart, each kiss rewriting the pain into promise. And when the dawn painted the sky, Theon lay in Jungkook's arms, smiling genuinely, brightly, without fear. For the first time in a long time, Kim Taehyung wasn't hiding. He was loved, safe, home. Taehyung's smile cradled against Jungkook's chest. The end. Of course, as I have written here, the festivals are coming and there is a lot of things to do. Also nowadays I'm starting to take care of my health. I started going gym and eat healthy food. So if is it possible, please take care of your health and eat healthy food and do exercise because it's important. And as Taekook had been said to take care of your health, so please do. Bye bye.